Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Culture Shock back with another video. And of course, this was unexpected. Well, would I say unexpected? I don't know how to put it into words, but this is pretty much breaking news as of a few hours ago. The Colts plan to start Anthony Richardson this week and moving forward. The process of this is insane. Of course, I don't have the camera on because this was pretty much breaking news, so I don't have the right setup to do it to show my face. But I did want to get the news out to you guys just to prepare you before Sunday going up against the Jets. Anthony Richardson is going to start. I repeat, Anthony Richardson is going to start at the quarterback. Shane Steichen came out earlier in the presser and announced it. So my honest thoughts about it is about time. I don't know what took so long for this process. Of course, we're starting to evaluate and figure out the situation at hand of what went on in Indianapolis that went on behind the scenes that nobody knows about. But to my thinking, it's probably disciplinary actions upon the team, maybe just the head coach and Anthony Richardson. But we had to go through that decision as a fans and figure it out on our own until they tell us otherwise. But that's just my thought process of what went on. You guys can tell me your thought process. What do you think happened as well? But I'm glad that Shane Steichen got the trust back in Anthony Richardson to be the quarterback for this team moving forward. Of course, this season started off with him being the starter, developing him into being that guy for the Colts. Of course, the process went lopsided, and they wound up changing it in the middle of the year. They wound up lying to us, saying that Joe Flacco, they feel like he's more comfortable in being the starter and to compete for the playoffs, which was a lie. In my opinion, I do not agree with that at all because his performance was just one game against the Jacksonville Jaguars in which we didn't even win. But his performance was mid, and the Jaguars are probably pretty much tanking or just a bad team in general. And they went on with that and tooted their own horn and wound up starting them. And that just wasn't the case. That shouldn't have been the case at all. So they wound up seeing that Joe Flacco wasn't it really moving forward. So they wound up switching gears again and putting Anthony Richardson back in the starter position, which is just complete chaos because you don't understand the whole process of Anthony Richardson, what they told us in the offseason going into this year, he's developing into being the quarterback for the future. So, of course, this year, we want to make the playoffs, win the division, yada, yada, yada. We get it. But the ultimate perspective was pretty much seeing where Richardson is at and where he can get to in the long run because he hasn't really had experience at the starting quarterback position. He's 22 years old, he's super young, and he still has a lot to develop. Now, his talent is there. He has a very high ceiling. But when he's rough, it's going to be rough. And you have to learn through that. Of course, a lot of players rooted for Richardson, had his pack and support and everything like that. But then when the Colts threw that nail in the middle of the road and pretty much put Flacco at quarterback, it ruffled some feathers. It really did. It ruffled some feathers. A lot of Colts players did speak out about the situation and everything going on in Indianapolis. It was complete chaos. The Kenny Moores of the world, Quentin Nelsons, the Ryan Kellys, everybody went the whole situation of the top and the helmet. Everything was just dysfunctional in Indianapolis. So we do not know the extremities of the situation of him being the quarterback of what happened, but we do know now going and moving forward, he's going to be the quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts for the rest of the season, which was that should have been the idea anyway, because that's how you started off. If you wanted to take the road of developing him on the sidelines, like a Patrick Mahomes or things of that nature, you could have did that at the beginning of the season and not care about the playoffs at all. But you wanted to compete and for him to develop as well. So you started him and then you went through the rough road and then wound up switching at the end. That's just not the process you want to go through, in my opinion, personally. But I do not run the organization, so it is what it is. But that's just my thoughts on it. I don't know you guys' thoughts, but like I said again, they switched gears, wound up putting Richardson back in, and he's going to be the quarterback moving forward. Now, my thoughts on his performances moving forward, it's probably not going to be great. It's not going to be superb like that, but the flow of the game will probably be a little bit lighter. When Richardson was on the field, there was still a pretty freaking good offense. Like, I mean, the go-to plays, the big shot plays, all of those things was there, and they were still putting up a decent amount of points at the beginning of the year. So, like I said, they were in the games and still able to compete, but Richardson had his hiccups. But now that Richardson comes back, the explosive plays are back. The run game is looking a little bit more polished. And, with the big shot plays is there, the defense is finally figured it out. So this team might find some rhythm later on in the season, which is pretty good to see because you want to end the season off on a good run. The playoff is still at stake. No matter what the records look like, no matter what nobody talk about the Texans, the AFC South. I don't care. The playoff picture is still intact. We have a chance to make it. When you look at the AFC in total, there are probably 2 or 3 teams that have pretty much got their spot solidified. Other than that, it's pretty much a horse race at this point. And no pun intended, horseshoes, let's go. But other than that, like I said, we still have a chance to do things and be phenomenal and show development and even progress moving forward. Richardson still has a chance to develop. But like I said, he has a moment. This is his shot to go out there and show that he's ready, he's prepared, he's focused, he's locked in. Let's get it. Shane Steichen trusts him to be the quarterback again. Richardson's motivated than ever. He's locked in. I mean, he talked about it in the presser about how he prepared himself of this as his time off, pretty much locked in and focused, studied, and things of that nature, and waited for his moment to come. Shane Steichen came to him and told him it's time, and he's ready. So let's get it. I'm pretty sure I'm excited to see this. Jonathan Taylor and Anthony Richardson back in motion. The run blocking looks phenomenal, but added Richardson just makes it even better. The dual threat system is back. It's going to make a lot of defenses worry moving forward. The New York Jets we got coming up this week. Scratch the plan with Joe Flacco. It's going to be hectic. It's going to be a show. It's going to be a movie. It's going to be exciting. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be looking forward to it. But like I said, the Jets defense, the defensive line is no joke. Williams is pretty much wreaking havoc. So hopefully Richardson can figure it out, and hopefully this offense can figure it out as well, because the last few weeks has been rough. A lot of rough patches for the offense, not putting up a lot of points. Pretty much been a build moving forward. But Adam Richardson back in the fray, it can maybe change a few things. Like I said, the explosive plays is there. The run game should be there. Jonathan Taylor, like I predicted in the preview video, should have a chance to explode this week. And I was mentioning that with Flacco. But adding Richardson back just boosts my odds a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to this game even more, just to see Richardson where he's at and how he's going to play. We already knew what we were going to get with Joe Flacco, which is pretty much a boring game. But adding Richardson makes it more exciting. Of course, we want to see the wild plays and see if anything can happen from there. I want to see Richardson run for a few yards, maybe have a touchdown. I want to see Jonathan Taylor go crazy. I want to see some explosive plays. I want to see this defense turn up. Like I said, everything switches gears when Richardson's on the field. Like I said, it's going to be maybe the same outcome, probably even more exciting though. So I'm looking forward to seeing a high pace tempo type offense, maybe a faster flow on that pace as well on the offensive side, because that's where Richardson progresses even more. When it's fast paced, hurry up, besides the top of the helmet situation, when it speeds up everything, it works for him. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. I'm looking forward to this defense even more now, because I feel like they're going to be off the field less. Like I said, I do have more confidence in Richardson than Flacco as of late. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section and how the game may come out. Richardson's back at the QB position. Let me know your thoughts on how he's going to play, and let me know your score predictions as well moving forward. Until next time, I will talk to you guys after the game. This is Culture Shock. See you later. Peace.